Hello, brothers and friends of Fiji. This is JB Goll, the Director of Chapter Services for Phi Gamma Delta, bringing you the October 2013 Friday Letter video blog. As you can see, we are inside the international headquarters this month. Last month we were outside in front of the building, and this month it's a little bit cool out today, so I thought we'd come inside to the fraternity library. You can see some books behind me. If you haven't visited the International Fraternity Headquarters, we have a library in the facility. It's a very nice room, but we have a number of books in here, and the books behind me are part of the collection that the author of each book is a Fiji, or a Fiji, a brother, a graduate brother, undergraduate brother is the subject of the book. We also have a complete bound edition of the Phi Gamma Delta magazine. The Phi Gamma Delta magazine was first published in 1879, so it's one of the longest running fraternity or sorority magazines or journals in existence. So we have a complete bound edition of that magazine. We also have copies of histories of college campuses, probably from your college campus or other college campuses throughout the United States and Canada, and histories of other fraternities and sororities. So hopefully if you get to visit the international headquarters someday, we'd love to show you our boardroom or library with these great books behind me. I have about 4 different topics I'd like to speak with you about today. The first is an update on our pledge initiation numbers. The second is some general chapter reminders that are going on in October and November. The third is Fiji Academy, which you should have received an invitation for a few weeks ago. And the fourth is the fraternity is expanding. We have a chartering coming up the next few weeks, and I'm excited to tell you about that. But as of today, we have 1,623 pledges registered with us through our website since July 1. So we're pretty well on pace for the year. As you know, our goal is to get about just over 3,600 pledges for the year. So we're about halfway there, but we still know that there are a lot of pledges that are out there that have not registered yet. It's very important that they go to www.phigam.org/new_pledge and fill out that pledge form and pay their fee so they are officially part of the fraternity. We do have some fall initiations that have occurred. More will occur closer to the end of the semester, but we have about 142 men who have been initiated into the fraternity so far this fall. If you are a pledge and you're watching this video possibly for the first time, we want to welcome you to the fraternity. We hope your pledge education experience is going great so far. We also want you to know that you should have your own pledge pin and purple pilgrim. If you don't have those, you can contact me. My email address is at the beginning of this video, or I'll repeat it again now. It's jgoll@phigam.org, and I'll make sure you get your own. It's very important that you have those, not only for your pledge education experience, but for as a kind of a memory or a piece of posterity for your fraternity experience. So every pledge should have his own purple pilgrim and pledge pin. Additionally, chapter officers, you should know that the budget was due at the end of September, along with the chapter financial report. The financial review, or what we used to call the audit, is due at the end of October. Additionally, most chapters have to file their tax return, or that's also called the Form 990, and that will be due November 15th. Chapter treasurers and chapter presidents should receive a separate message from me in the next few days that will give you more details on those items. Fiji Academy, the 39th Fiji Academy is coming up. It will be January 3rd through the 5th, 2014. You should have received an invitation or an email that had all the details for this at the beginning of October. Every chapter and every colony has already been billed for 3 delegates to come. We ask that at least 3 delegates come from each group. If you're only going to send 3 delegates, you ideally should send your president, your treasurer, and your recruitment chairman. We do want more brothers from each chapter or colony to come. We have training or tracks for every single chapter officer. We also have the pledge education track, the recruitment chairman track, and a new track that we started last year, but it's for emerging leaders. So someone who may not be in elected office yet, but he's an up-and-coming leader, that's a great spot for him to come. If you do want other brothers to come, go ahead and have them sign up on the Academy webpage. We will not bill your chapter colony for those extra attendees until January. So you've already been billed for the required 3. We won't bill you for the other 3, or for the other however many you want to have come until January. Finally, as you know, we've talked a lot about it. Our fraternity is on a growth push. We want to be on 170 campuses by our 170th anniversary in 2018. And I'm proud to say the first weekend in November, we're going to add the next chapter to our fraternity at DePaul. That's DePaul with a P, DEPAUL University in Chicago. They will be chartering the first weekend in November, November 1st and 2nd. So we're glad to have those brothers join our fraternity. You ideally in your chapter studied their petition and voted to approve them and bring them onto the fraternity. So we're glad that those DePaul brothers will be joining our fraternity ranks and to add another chapter to the Chicago area. So that's very good, and we're very proud of those brothers. Brothers, that's it for October. I know it's midterm time. I hope you're having a very successful academic year so far, and those midterms are going well. And we look forward to speaking with you again in November.